And we are live. Hopefully. Yes, we are. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to part 2 of the LDO Voron 0.1 build. It's part 2, but technically it's kind of part 3 since on Wednesday we did a part 1, which I converted to a part 1A and then a part 1B because we took an hour break in between. But Wednesday we completed, let's do an overhead view. Wednesday we completed the frame. So we made a lot of progress. We basically left the stream with the Voron looking like this. And the only issue I had was a little bit of wobble in the frame, which was driving me crazy. So I spent some time after the stream ended and I loosened all of the bottom extrusions, used my little machinist square, which hopefully is somewhere here. Yes, it is right here. And I made sure that I got the frame as straight or as flat as possible. So there's like absolutely no wobble now, which makes me very happy because it was quite frustrating. It was quite frustrating considering that we built it on this slab of marble to make sure that it was going to be nice and flat. And I used the square and there was still wobble. So I don't really know what part wasn't initially flush, but I was able to get that all squared away, no pun intended. What's up, Tunky? ABS Plus parts are, I mean, they're holding up fine so far. I actually haven't used any on the build other than the nut traps are in the ABS Plus, which those won't matter. And then the stoppers are in ABS Plus. We are gonna be using some of the ABS Plus parts today. These parts are in the ABS Plus gray. So we'll see how it all goes. I know that I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people say it's fine. Others say that it is problematic and that it will end up warping. So I will definitely be giving some feedback on that based off of, you know, once this is all built and assembled, whether it holds up fine over time or whether it becomes a problem. Before we get going, I did want to once again say a huge thank you to Fabreeko. They sponsored this Voron kit for us to be able to build on the channel. If you are interested in picking up one for yourself, links will be in the description, but they are a small US-based company and they are awesome. They are huge 3D printing fans and love Voron, and so I am very happy to be working with them, and yeah, links will be down below on that. So how's everybody doing today? Speedy says purple frame looks so good. I agree. I actually have Fabreeko to thank for that. I was originally going to go with black, and because the first Voron, which is no longer behind me, actually have, sorry if there's a little bit of noise, this beast is printing a part for an upcoming video, and I also have a print going on over there, so hopefully it's not too obnoxious. But what's up, Zerant? What's up, Carl? Happy Friday. I brain farted really hard as to what I was saying right now. Purple frame, yes. So originally I was going to go with the black frame, and it was just going to be kind of a stealth build where it was black frame, carbon fiber, black ABS main parts, and then just gray for the accent. But before the kit got sent out, Fabreeko reached out and said, hey, are you sure you want black? And purple has been kind of like one of my favorite anodized colors out of the LDO lineup. And so I am very happy that I decided to go with just gray instead. Let's see, just a rainy day. Oh no, it is not rainy here. It is pretty sunny in California, actually. It's nice, the weather is nice here. I thought it was the music. No, this printer is actually quite loud considering it's fully enclosed. I think it's maybe the power supply fans because I don't have any layer cooling on. I guess I can give you guys a quick little snippet. I'm actually printing with a lightweight ASA for an upcoming video. It's very, very cool stuff. CNC Kitchen did a video on the lightweight PLA. It essentially works the same way, but based off the temperature you print it at, it actually foams up. And so I am printing out a couple of parts for, it's basically a cosplay. It is a Mandalorian shoulder piece. And so I'm printing it with this. Foamed up, and I'm printing it with standard PLA to do a comparison on the video of just how much lighter it is, because it seems like to me, like not just for cosplay, but an awesome material for cosplay because it's 50% the weight. It's ASA, so you don't have to worry about your cosplay props or armor warping in your car or something like that. So that's enough. I don't want to give away the full video. Let's see. Did you have any time to test the mutant extruder clipper setup with the tip I gave? No, I haven't, man. It's been so busy. This basically, since we streamed, or since you reached out, it's been working on this stuff, stream stuff, and then a couple other things, so I have not gotten a chance. First time, Malcolm, first time I've managed to catch a live stream. Really enjoyed catching up with parts 1A and B. Well, I'm very happy that you caught this one, and hopefully we will make some awesome progress on this stream. Zerent says purple is too bright, should be more like a deep dark purple. I like the brightness of it. I think it gives it like a really just nice pop. It is a bit bright, but it's definitely not like neon purple by any means. But I mean, different strokes. It's not a Voron, so it's loud, exactly. It's November 5th evening, which means bonfire night, so lots of fireworks going off at the moment. Oh man. That doesn't sound too bad. Anyways, I wonder if DC's here. I know that I reached out to him yesterday because he was building his Voron 0.1 along with ours, and so I wanted to see if he was going to be building. Yeah, I think that most all of the LDO colors look really nice as well. So anyways, today, let's go ahead and take a look at what the plan is. I mentioned, if you saw, I woke up with a killer migraine and was like, really trying hard to not cancel the stream, and so I'm feeling a little bit better, but if I seem a little off, that's probably it. So hopefully as time progresses, both the headache, the ibuprofen will help out, and I'll just, you know, feel better. So the manual. So today, like I said, we finished up the frame, and so today we are on the AB drive. I've got some pretty ambitious goals of what I'd like to get done today, but let's start off with this. And so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually get the frame out of the way. It's kind of just a blocking of camera's view. And also it's just not gonna be needed for a while. So where did I put you, frame? There's not a lot of space here. Maybe on top. There you go, looking really nice. So I took out all of the parts. We've got this side camera as well. I took out all the parts for this next section. DC is in the chat. Thank you for the kind words, you got this. Lots of fireworks going off around us too. Why is there fireworks going off? Is there some sort of something that I don't know? Erin is in the chat, sending me hearts. Thank you, babe. She's actually here in the other room. She normally works during the day, but she works night today, so she's in the other room, so that way it's not super loud out here with TV and dogs. But so I took out all the parts for the AB drive to kind of make this as easy as possible. Similar bonfire night in the UK. That is cool. I've never heard of that. Those angles, the music is dope. Really like the live stream setup you got. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man, because and again, I will get started and then we'll stop talking as much, but I haven't done a live stream other than just like a, you know, one camera interview with someone in probably 4-ish years, and the live streams were never that great. Like since when I was doing live streams before till now, my understanding of video stuff and production quality has gone up substantially. And so I've been wanting to live stream here for a very long time and was just concerned that I didn't have the space. And so I think that with this whole cart setup, we've done a really good job, and I'm pretty proud. So I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Definitely spent a lot of time putting this all together. So as stated, I took out all the parts for the AB drive, so that way I wouldn't have to dig through things and it would be a little less complicated. So we are going to go ahead and go through that. I think the first part is actually inserting some heat inserts. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do, it looks like 1, 2, 3, one in the side there. And then the same, it's like a mirrored version. So let's do all the heat inserts real quick to get that out of the way. Fingers crossed, anybody that saw the first part of part 1, the soldering iron that I spoke so highly of that's worked for so long, wouldn't even turn on. And then I did end up getting it, so I'm hoping that everything will go well with this. Let's see, let me get this plugged in. Let's do this little side view, plug this guy in. It is blinking. Yeah, it should be working. Yes, okay. I wish I should have a soldering, let me grab a soldering iron like holder for this. Hold on, let me set it down for a sec, just so that way I don't do something stupid and burn anything or burn myself. Let's see. This'll do. Cool. Feel a little safer now. You go in there. That way you don't pop out. Okay, so let's grab, we need 1, 2, 3. Let's just take out all of the brass inserts. And let's see, scoot some of these parts out of the way. And so the brass inserts need to go in differently if you look. So basically the one, let me see here. So the outer two need to go all the way into the cavity, like they need to be recessed all the way in. The outer heat inserts sit below the surface of the part. When installing, make sure they bottom out, while the middle one doesn't need a bottom out. It just basically needs to go below the surface. So let's go ahead and do that. Fingers crossed. Thank you, LSE. It's the finger, those crossed fingers is the reason why this is working. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I wish I also should probably get my little carbon filter out so that way the ABS fumes aren't rising up in my face, but luckily we are just doing a couple of these guys. Let's do the center one first. It makes such a huge difference using the correct heat inserts. For anyone that watched or didn't watch my video on my experience building the Voron 0.1, one of the biggest issues I had early on was with the heat inserts, and it was because there's a dog hair on the soldering iron that will smell terrible. That is because I was recommended heat inserts that had a wider outer diameter, and I, silly me, I thought that it seemed strange, but thought to myself, well, this, you know, this is what I was recommended, it's probably fine. And that was not the case. It was a huge problem because the heat inserts, as I was melting them, instead of just biting onto the ABS, it was actually sort of caving in the cavities. So there was a bunch of ABS that was building up behind. That looks pretty damn good. Let's get this guy in a hair more. Looks beautiful. So let me show you guys, if you guys can see that. So the center one is just right below the surface, and the two on the outer side, I basically bottomed them out. And when you bottom them out, just be careful because this, like, if you hold the iron down too long, bottoming them out means it'll push all the way through the part because it's getting so hot, the brass. So you basically just want to wait, and the second you feel some resistance, then just pull the soldering iron out because that's the bottom of where it needs to be. Because again, like if you keep going, it will quite literally push through your entire part and destroy it. So, but yeah, that's how you want it, is the middle one flush and the outer two recessed. Still no tips for the brass insert, just a regular. Yeah, so use the LDO. It doesn't fit this iron. That's the reason why I'm not using it. I mentioned it in the first, I don't want to pull this back out, but if you look at the first build video, I show this is a unique soldering iron that I've used for quite literally 7 or 8 years. And this goes all the way into the end. It just slots in, and they're awesome. The soldering iron from Joby Systems, or Joby Systems, they sponsored the channel like 7 or 8 years ago. It heats up like that, but the downside is that the soldering iron tips, or they're longer than tips, are proprietary. Like you can't use the shorter ones. So I do have another soldering iron. It's AU, it's a great soldering iron that does use those more standard ones, but this has kind of become my go-to for the inserts, and I use the other soldering iron for actual soldering projects. I'm a bit behind you due to work. We'll try to catch up today. No worries, man. Yeah, no worries at all, of course. Take your time, enjoy your build. I said a moment ago that I am not sure how far we will get. I don't have much on the agenda today other than this. Aaron works tonight till pretty late, so I can't do a whole lot as far as working on videos for the channel other than maybe some script stuff because the print behind me has got at least another 12 to 15 hours, so I can't do a whole lot. Oh, it still needs to go a little bit more. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So right now I'm just doing the exact same thing, but with the other half. You basically just need to do this twice for the AB motors. You're mirroring It's the parts are mirrored, so it's just the same thing. Looks pretty good. How's everybody's week going? Any plans? It's Friday, which is awesome. That's a little bit crooked. Let's see if I can. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So same thing. The center one is as flush as I could get it. There's a little bit of a lip, which I could probably just peel off with my thumb. But yeah, we got these two. And so that is that. And then we also need to do, let's see here, let me put the iron away. Should be one more thing we need to do, which is going to be this guy. And it's going to be the bottom, yeah, the bottom on both of them. And these ones should be flush, I believe. It doesn't actually say. So let's go ahead and do, how does top camera look? It's kind of, top cam's kind of cool for this, I guess. We'll do top cam for a sec. Doesn't get very much love. It shakes a lot because it's like literally on stilts. Let's see, got a 10 euro one from Amazon. Heat insert tips I only use for this. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I know that Nero, I was watching one of his videos the other day, and I don't remember which one it is, but I know he uses like just the cheapest soldering iron where you basically just plug it in. There's no, even with this one though, it doesn't actually have a variable control, but just like the really cheap ones you can get, that's, honestly, that's more than enough for, you know, the heat inserts. Still traveling for work, brought the V0 with me. That's awesome. Fitting BL Touch on Ender 7 tomorrow. Very cool. You said, Carl, that your Ender 7 is still rocking the stock firmware, or did you end up converting it to Clipper? I can't remember. I know you said you were getting pretty good speeds out of it, even stock, but I can't remember if you decided to convert it or not. That looks pretty good. Yep, that looks good. And then we'll do the same thing for the other guy. There's actually a lot less fumes than I was expecting. I think it's because, again, on the first build, I used the wrong heat inserts that were way wider, and so it was really doing a number on the ABS parts. Maybe a hair more. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get rid of the soldering iron because that is a hazard for me. Let's go ahead and put it off. This is, it's on the ground, but it's way out of the way where nobody could step on it or touch it. I don't have a lot of surface area. Perfect size in the handles. That's one thing I kind of wish that I had done with my V0 was add handles to it. I still totally can, but I had Aaron help me move it the other day, and it's just kind of awkward to grab. Like, you're either grabbing the acrylic or Postman's here. Let's see if the dogs freak out. Yes, it's still standard. I had plans to go Clipper by using the Crowdy Cloud Box. Interesting. That I'm interested in. Let me know how that goes. I would love to hear how that goes. I use a cheap soldering iron, no issues. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and check out what needs to be done. So we will do the A. Let me grab a little, I got some Dr. Pepper. I was thinking that maybe I just needed some sugar or caffeine to help with my headache. I also just wanted Dr. Pepper. Okay, so we need the A parts, so labeled A, and then we need this part, also labeled A, and they are going to slide into each other, which we will do in a second here. Okay. Side cam. All right, so we've got, just again, A goes to A, and A. And based off the picture, it looks like the A should actually go into the A's face. So like this A and this A will be touching. So I'm gonna slide it Basically on mine, I've got the bottom of the part on this side facing upward, while this is the top of the part. Lots of used them and already had it, and they finally have a use. I wish that I had known of that, Carl, because I'm pretty sure I either got rid of or donated or something a cloud box when I did some organizing a couple weeks ago. They sent it to me to beta test and possibly review, and it was a joke. Okay, so it goes into A, and then we've got the other part that we put, let's see, which one? It looks like the one we want is the one that is this one. Okay, just double, like, since the parts are mirrored, you can only use one, you know, like only one will work for each section. So just make sure that on this guy that you're using the correct one. So I'm grabbing that. And then the next part is going to be pretty much just inserting these M3x35s and making sure that I align all of these little shims and the bearings and the printed spacer. So let's go ahead and do that really quick here. What did I say, M3x35s? Wait, yeah. Why are you not going? Nope, you are. And then basically, you're gonna have to kind of like hold them up, otherwise they'll fall out. But let's first get all the stuff we need out. So I need to put the screws away, grab the shim washers, grab the bearings. Just grab one roll for now. I don't think we'll need all of them. You should be receiving a package from Amazon today. Keep an eye out for it. What? I don't know if you're joking or not. Okay, all right. I don't know if you have my address, Pi. I know I sent you, I think stickers, but that address isn't the address I actually live at. It's an older address that I use. I hope not, man. Otherwise I'll have to call up that apartment. Yeah, it was really bad, Carl. I mean, I think they're still actually trying to make that all work, like their whole app, because the Hallett one that I reviewed, which I gave fairly negative a review on the Hallett one, mostly on the software side. The hardware itself I thought was pretty solid. But I need to re-review that because it sounds like they've actually made some changes that are solid. So, okay, let me focus for a sec here just to make sure I put the correct amount of shims and stuff, because if you don't, your motion will be jacked up and your belts will also rub things. So on the outermost one, we are doing single shim. Actually, like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this at an angle. Okay, so we got shim, then we've got bearing, we've got bearing, then we've got shim shim. It's like a dance. Shim shim bearing bearing shim shim. It's like a like a song. All right. Don't fall. Okay, so shim bearing bearing shim shim bearing bearing shim. It almost sounds like a cheat code for like old Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Bearing bearing. I need something to like keep, let's see. I'm gonna use an Allen key actually just to like keep this screw from falling out. And then we've got, yeah, like triple, quadruple check these. I definitely saw in the Discord people having issues with their motion system, and a lot of it was like, hey, you missed a shim. Okay, so shim, bearing, bearing, shim, shim, bearing, bearing, shim. Okay, and then on the other side, we've just got printed spacer, which is this guy. Bearing, nope, shim. Also make sure you're just doing single shims when you should be, because the shims are so small, and I've had a couple that kind of like stick together, and I'm like, oh crap, that was two shims. So bearing, bearing, and I'll try to show you guys a close-up, but I mean, the photo here is actually a really good image in the guide to show you, to make sure you're doing the things correctly. Okay, one more shim. All right, I'm gonna be a little bit annoying, but I'm gonna check one more time. Shim, bang, bang, shim, shim, bang, bang, shim. Printed spacer, shim, bearing, bearing, printed, and spacer, or shim. Okay, cool. So that looks good, and then we are going to place it on this guy. Okay, why am I? I'm gonna do it sideways because I think that might be, okay. Where the hell, okay. I don't remember this being so awkward the first time I did it. It's probably because I'm doing it on cam. Okay, there we go. Those dang dog hairs. Can you see the dog hairs? Okay, so we've got this in. Basically, these guys just go on the corner, and then they're loose right now. The little ends are sticking out, so just be careful when you kind of place this. I'm gonna go ahead and place it flat for right now. And then it wants, oh, I actually need to get the motor. Okay, so now we're here, and it wants us to grab two M3 by 30, and that will actually help to like secure the top half to the bottom half, because when this goes through here, we're gonna be inserting it into two of those brass inserts that we just did a moment ago. So let's grab M330 button heads. Yeah, they were basically giving those things away. A bearing stack is always shim bearing. A bearing stack is always shim bearing bearing shim. Yeah. I think I'm just a little bit paranoid, especially when I saw someone else like, and it really screwed up things. I just want to triple check. So these guys might be a little bit tight. Okay, yeah, these guys just go into right there, and then we will, actually, why am I using this? I have a much better hand tool. Perfect. This is already going so much better than last time. Last time, because the brass inserts I was using had too wide of an outer diameter and were collapsing these cavities, getting these screws through was an absolute nightmare. Cool, easy peasy. So put that off to the side, and then the next thing is to actually grab the motor, or one of the motors, which I have right here. What I don't remember, we'll worry about that in a second actually. Just want to make sure you see this. Oh crap, yes, I used the address from the stickers. No! That's not, damn it. Yeah, I always use that address just like as for those, just because. Oh no. Shit. I'm trying to think. I wonder if they'll bring it to the office. That's our old complex that we used to live into right before. I can message you after, Pi, about that. The screw end looks a bit deformed. The screw end looks a bit deformed. This? It might be slightly, but it threads really nicely. I tried it. Oops. I'm pretty sure I tried it. Yeah, it actually threads. Oh, you can't see that, can you? It threads way nicer than my first Voron's does, so it should be perfect. Okay, so next we are going to grab one of the motors, one of the pulleys, And then on the LDO kit, they actually, the grub screws already have thread locker like on them, which is really nice. So I don't need to do anything with that. The key thing though is getting this height correct, which it's interesting because on the first build, I swore I followed what was it says 8.5 millimeters from basically the top of the flat face of the stepper to the bottom of the pulley. And when I put it on the actual printer and checked to make sure everything was aligned, it wasn't. I had to like go back. So we'll try it again because I would rather follow the guide. But yeah, it was really interesting last time. It wasn't flush. UPS, you can do a free mail forward to for your stuff to the new place. I think I did that. I'm pretty sure that I did that, but at Amazon, it's not. Why is this not going in? Oh, it's because it has a thread locker, right? It's got to be why. Amazon doesn't, at least here, doesn't use USPS very often. Sometimes they do, depending on the size of it, but usually they use their own. Amazon has like their own, delivery drivers. Okay, so just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just inserting the little grub screw in, and they are quite tight, and I think that's because of the thread locker that's on them, which is what we want. And so for this one, it needs to be basically this little thin side with the teeth downwards. And you want to make sure that at least one of these grub screws is lined up with the flat side of the post, so that way it gets a good bite onto it. But yeah, let me see. I'm gonna go down low. Where is my, oops. Last time, how did I do this last time? I think I checked and saw that from the flat portion of the stepper motor to basically the top of this first lip is 2 millimeters. And so if we want roughly 6.5 millimeters from that to that, subtract by two, I'm sorry, if we want 8.5 from this to the bottom of that lip, and this is 2 mil, then we want 6.5 from the lip to the other portion. So let's see, 5. And they want it from, it's a little bit, watch, let me show you guys this screen. What's the shortcut? So it looks like it's actually to the teeth. That might have been what threw me off before. I think that I was doing it from here to the bottom of there, but you want it basically like to the top section. So let's do side. So 6.5, that's right. That is right there. Okay. I'm gonna hand tighten one in place and then confirm that. And then we will check all of this stuff before, like when we get to the stage we need to check it. Yeah, it's pretty damn spot on. Okay, so let's go ahead and tighten. My doorbell just rang. Let me mute my mic. Hey Pi, is your name Thomas by any chance? Because there is a package that showed up for a Thomas. It has the correct address, but the name is incorrect. And I don't think I was expecting anything. Actually, no, I did order a bunch of electronics last night from Amazon. Bet that's the FBI. They're like, sir, you have way too many 3D printers. Come with us. All right, so again, 8.5, we're confirming. On mine, it should be 6.5, and it is like, it is so close. Okay, cool, so we are good. We are good with that. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's kind of obnoxious. And then the only thing I don't remember is regarding the direction. I'm pretty sure that I wanted the plug for the motor to be on the back, but where is my, let's check. It looks like it's on the back, and it looks like, okay, so I am thinking that is you? Wait, maybe I did use my correct address. I mean, I must have then. I don't know. Okay. Let me grab, I don't have any, like a blade. What is this? Let me check it out off to the side. This is a serious box. I know you guys can still hear me because I've got a wireless mic. This is a seriously tough box. What is this? Oh no, this isn't from you. Wait, so your name is Thomas? This is kind of cool though. I think the address is the other address. If it's the 1101 address, then that's the old address. That's funny though. So this just showed up, and this is actually from a company called US Synthetic, and it is a pretty crazy. I told them I was gonna throw it on this Voron, actually, so. It's a Diamondback. So, man, I want you guys to like see this. It's pretty insane. Wait, that camera is not working? Por qué? Oh, there's always something. It does feel kind of loose. Huh, that is bizarre. This camera is frozen. Oh no, 25572 is this address. So maybe it just hasn't been delivered yet. Why is this not deactivate? Activate? Wait, now you guys can see it. Yes. Okay, so it glitched out. Okay, anyways, quick break. So these guys reached out and they were a Kickstarter initially. It's like their first rendezvous, I believe, with 3D printing, but they've been making like diamond coated stuff for a long time. And it's supposed to be this like insane nozzle, and it's a really expensive nozzle. I think OEM on this one nozzle is like $90, which is absolutely insane. And I told them like, yeah, I don't know that I'll be able to make a video on it, but like I'm happy to give you guys feedback on it based off of, you know, how it performs over many, many months. And so I think that it's a pretty cool kit actually, which again, we'll go over later. But yeah, there are a couple nozzles. Let me see if I can show you guys. The packaging is really nice, but then again, for the price, they really should be. They have got little like diamond tip, and I asked them because I know with ruby nozzles, the ruby nozzles can get damaged by like homing them into a bed, they can chip, or because they're I don't know if they're pressure fit or not. I asked, like, is there a concern that these might fall out? And they basically told me that there is no way, like in their testing, which they did a lot of testing, and they are, I can't remember what industry they are typically in. Was it drilling of some sorts? But they make really insane, stuff normally. And this is really cool. Man, we need to do this on stream. I don't want to get too carried away from the Voron build but this is, I believe, a slab of granite, and they show the different materials like brass, ruby, tungsten, steel, and their diamond, and how it will damage these different materials while the diamond actually can scratch the granite. So it's pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out later on, but I was not expecting this right now. I thought that it was from Pi, but that is a really cool, that'll be fun. We'll have to do some kind of stream thing where we just play around with this thing. Anyways, that was as distracting as could be. Cool. Okay, so what we are going to do now, back to the Voron build. We want this plug to be facing like towards the back of the machine, just so that way it's as close to the controller as possible. So we are going to mount it with this part facing, like, this is a corner piece and this is inward, so we want to make sure the plug is going that way towards the back. And then we are going to screw 4M3 by 35s. Yeah, that totally caught me off guard. I was like, why is this thing wrapped so insane? Like, because I know you said it was an Amazon package, and I was like, I get Amazon delivered here all, like, weekly. I've never seen them have it in such a crazy looking package. M3 by 35. So we are going to take these. If anybody has cool ideas for what you want to see done with those nozzles, let me know. I will definitely do some brainstorming if there are things I can think of that would be a cool, like, stress test. Like, the main things I was thinking of was just like taking it outside and grinding it on asphalt to seeing, does it wear down? But it's hard to think of realistic tests for those nozzles that would depict, like, just how insanely wear resistant it is. Okay, so I'm loosely threading in the screws basically through the top and into the four holes in the stepper motor. And then we will go ahead and tighten it down. But it does say don't over tighten, because part of the way that this works is that as you tighten this printed nut, the stepper motor needs to be able to move or slide a little bit because it's to create belt tension. So I'll kind of show you guys a second here. Stepper wires will push against the back panels if you mount them like that. Really? I didn't have any issues with it on how... So you want them... The only other way I could imagine doing them then would be inward then. So, like, if not like this, then I would say turn them that way. Like, so, like, basically this would be where this is, and then the other side would be mirroring that. Will it blend? God. Is that how you did yours, Speedy, then, with the wires facing inward? I'm down to try that. I just hope, again, that I don't have to extend any of the wires or anything like that. Because on this original one, I did do it with the stepper motors backwards, and I haven't had any issues with, like, those cables. Yes, towards the screw adjustment. Okay, we'll do that then. So scratch what I said. They're saying that when you put the back panel on, it will, it's basically going to be flush with this, and so it'll be putting pressure on those wires. So we are going to turn it inward. I bought an Olsen Ruby pretty much at lunch, snapping. Oh, lunch. I think they updated the info in the box to include the torque specifications because my Reddit post got traction. God. Yeah, I've seen a lot of hit or miss stuff with the Olsen Ruby nozzles. I know that Ultimaker partnered up with Olsen for their CC cores, and I don't think Ultimaker would have done that had, you know, had Olsen not proven that they know how to make a nozzle. But yeah, I've seen issues with those nozzles, both the tips falling out or getting cracked. So I am really curious if this eliminates that completely and is like the bee's knees as far as like, you know, one nozzle to rule them all. But it's just tough because so many nozzles claim, you know, claim certain things. Like I'm using the, is it the Nova 3D? There's CBR nozzle, if that's correct. And that's great. I know that E3D has their Nozzle X, and then the new one, which you guys know the name of it. I can't think of it offhand, but it's just hard. Like there's so many nozzles, and it's like, okay, so that's a little bit too tight. Like if you guys see this, when I push this, there's no sliding going on. So I'm just going to unturn. Let's see. So that's tight. Stupid bit. Let's unturn these a hair. Like maybe one turn. There we go. So now, if the motor, though, you can see those screws are all able to slide back and forth. Vanadium, Zodiac, yes. One other stream showed them coming out the end with the threads. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Is having them go out with the threads. I didn't have issues with mine. At least I haven't noticed any issues with mine. But if multiple people are saying that that's the better way to do it, so that way there's no pressure against them when you put the back panel on, which makes absolute sense, then I am happy to do that. That's still a little bit too tight. I think that because I'm using carbon, it has a slight texture, and so it's not as smooth sliding as ABS, like without anything added to it. Cool, that's good. It is sliding, that is sufficient. And then we normally want it so that way it's all the way in. Yeah, so we're good. Yay! All right, that one is done. I think all that's left is to put the little nut thing loose on it, so we'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll get to do it all over again for the B motor. Come on. And you just want this guy on loose for now because you don't want it to create any tension until, let me make sure actually, yeah, it's working beautifully. Cool, all right, one done. Vanadium, that is their, wait, Vanadium is the name of their new one? Okay. Print test them with XT, CF20 or PA6, see if they hold up to that material. What is XT? What is the, isn't that a, like a PETG essentially, like a PTG blend, a tougher blend? I will definitely do some PA6 like carbon through this, absolutely. Oh, vanadium is slices, that's right. Okay, I was gonna say, that didn't sound right. Yeah, you're right. That's their crazy one. All right, so we are done with the first one. The last thing it says is to check your work. You basically want to make sure when looking through the side that the bearings line up with the teeth, which it looks pretty damn good to me. I think that's fine. Yep, that looks good. Definitely check your work though, because if this is incorrect or this isn't at least looking as aligned as you possibly can have it, you're going to run into issues with your motion system. Last time I actually took the belt in this portion and ran it through just to like actually check that the belt looked flat, because it's kind of hard to visually make sure it's aligned. Like your eyes can obviously play tricks on you, but it looks pretty good to me. Yeah, Obsidian is the new one. That's right. Okay. But I thought, it's funny because I thought when they released their Nozzle X, it was like one nozzle to rule them all. It was kind of their advertising. And I'm pretty sure that they had a statement saying that if you were able to wear it down or something like that, that they would replace it for free whenever. So it's, you know, I don't know. Clearly, there is still room for plenty of innovation on the nozzle side of things because the new CRB nozzles by Bondtech look absolutely amazing. Did you guys see too that they announced a LGX Lite, which looks pretty sick? I have a feeling that someone's going to make a tool head for the Voron 0, I would imagine, with that thing. XT-CF20 is Eastman Amphora AM1800 3D polymer base. Gotcha. Yeah, Nozzle X has been one of my favorite nozzles for a very, very long time. I think it's, for price to performance, I think it's really good. I will say that the, excuse me, Dr. Pepper, the CRB nozzle that I've gotten here has been great as well. I've ran all of the carbon ABS on here through that. I've done a little bit of Nylon X through there. And then standard materials, which are less impressive. Okay, so we are done with that. Now we are going to rinse and repeat. We've already done the inserts, which is nice, so we can skip past that, but we're gonna grab B and B, like so. Oh man. We have 22 people watching, that is awesome. I never have the thing up that says how many people are watching. Anyone that is here, if you guys could hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. Bondtech CHT has now also nozzles for stock MK8. Wait. The CHT, is that similar to the CRB ones? But for that, like, what's the CHT? There's so many nozzles. I need to read up on my nozzle game. Okay, so we are going, DC, are you building right now, man? I haven't seen you in the chat, which makes me think you're building. Okay, so we're gonna grab the other one, which again, B and B, the faces go against each other, so like the B's slide like so. Like the smash button, exactly. All right, cool. So we've got this, we will place off to the side. Then we have got this one, which we already did the heat insert, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So we're gonna grab two M3 by 35s, which I've already got out from us using them a moment ago. CHT is the 3-hole. Okay. Okay, so CRB is nothing. I'm mixing up my letters. To here is to obey. Smash button liked. Thanks, Malcolm. Bondtech CHT is the one through at least 30% more flow. Yeah, I really want to get those in. I want to, like, I know that like CNC Kitchen did an amazing video on it, and I don't know how much more I can contribute to like the actual geometry side of things, but I'd like to play around with it and just give my own personal feedback as well. So I need to reach out to Bondtech at some point. It's more flow than a Volcano has. Yeah, I saw that. His graphs were really impressive. Impressive is not a word. And it's now also available as an MK8 that will fit your crappy MK8 Crowley Honda. That's awesome. CRB is a Honda. That is right. But the CRB is the nozzle I'm pretty sure that I'm running in, one second, man. You guys got me all jacked up here. Fabreeko. I think that was one of my dad's first cars. This, yeah, okay. So CRB is what I'm running. This is the, where's the one I've got? This is the one I'm running right now, which is a fairly pricey nozzle. I mean, it's cheaper than their Pro line, but this has been great so far. I've been really enjoying it because nothing's been sticking to the outside of the nozzle, which is what I want, and everything has been flowing perfectly through it, which is also what I want. The only material I've had an issue with was I was playing around trying to print out the copper fill on the mini afterburner, and that did cause an issue at high speeds, but I don't think it was nozzle related. I think it was more to do with just trying to push that really, really heavy stiff filament through. CRV, yeah, CRV is the CRV is the Honda. Okay, so we are going to be doing the same thing, grabbing the two M3x35s, one down the long portion, one down this guy, and then I'm gonna do the same thing where I use the Allen key to kind of hold that one up, and then just position it like that. And it's basically the exact, well, kind of exact opposite. Make sure when you're going through this, I know again I'm paranoid, but just check to make sure you're doing this correctly. This side is basically the same, where it's my song, which is shim, bearing, bearing, shim, shim, bearing, bearing, shim. But on this side, it's opposite. So instead of having the printed spacer going on first, it goes on last. So that is the key. This is a key difference here that you don't want to screw up. So let's go ahead and I want to angle it so it's the same as the camera. Okay, so we are doing shim, which I put away all the shims. And we've got our song, right? So it's just a shim, bearing, bearing, shim, shim. What? Shim. Oh no, what is that? What is that? Okay, I got it. I don't know what that was, but I definitely don't want some kind of like, I don't know what it was. It was like lint. I don't want lint in my bearings. That threw me off. Okay, shim, bearing, bearing, shim, shim, drop bearing, 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 and shim. And then on the other side, it should just be single bearing. So bearing, I'm sorry, shim. Come on, buddy. You have to talk to your printer while you build it. It's the only way. Bearing, bearing, shim, and printed spacer. Sick. All right. Yes, I am quadruple checking. It looks beautiful. It looks so good. All right, we did it. We nailed it. My dance is off the beat. CHT is where it splits into three. Yeah, exactly. It's more flow than Volcano, and now it's also available. Series on. Oh, my dance is off the beat. How's your build going, DC? Can't wait for the new E3D nozzle for the Volcano setup. City nozzle will replace the Nozzle X in their lineup. Do you think it will? I didn't know that it was going to replace Nozzle X. I thought it was going to be like kind of a more premium nozzle. Shim, bearing, shim, shim, bearing, shim. Exactly. I'm going to be sleeping tonight, and in my sleep talking, I'm going to be saying that. I always talk to my printers. They never answer, but back on like my kids. Okay. You guys are great. Let's see. So we're done with that. Okay, so same thing. We're basically going to seat this on top of the other piece. So we will do side cam again. Side cam is becoming my favorite cam, although it's not the highest of quality. So we are going to turn, I'm gonna do it sideways. I think it's easier for me. Don't fall off, I will freak out. Go in your hole. I feel like, there we go. One is in. I feel like freaking Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home? Oh shit. Okay, 1 second. I don't know why I'm doing this very awkwardly. There we go. Okay, in. Yeah, don't. There we go. Okay, so these are through, which is what we want, and I'm going to set this like that, which is fine if they pop up a bit. And then we are going to insert two M3 by 30s, one in here, which will go through and bite into the brass inserts that we put in a little bit ago, making it more of a single piece. So M3 by 30s. Shitty, shitty, bang, bang. You are going above and beyond, not only talking to it, but singing. Dude, I just want, you know, nothing but the best for my Voron, okay? The first one was feisty, so I'm thinking that maybe if I show this one a little bit more, you know, TLC, while we're building it, maybe it'll return that. You're not wrong. It sounds like Mary talking. All right. I'm not gonna over torque it, but make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, so we are done with that. Now it's time to measure our pulley, or our pulley. All right, so we are gonna put this off to the side for a second, then we will grab our second motor. We will grab the final pulley, take this out, bam. We will grab the two little set screws. There's three. I think they give you one. I think one of these is extra. I can't think of where. Maybe not. Don't lose it. But I'm thinking one might be extra in case you lose one, which would be nice of them because this is definitely one of the easier things to misplace. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start it off by just getting these going because they don't spin so nicely. Do we lose music? What the hell? What the hell? I might have played through that whole little playlist. If so, yeah, it did. All right, it's time for like pixel music. Cool. Yeah, these don't thread in so smoothly, which is by design because they put the Loctite stuff on it, but the Voron lullaby. Does Aaron ever come check to see you stop by to visit only to find you conversating with your printers? She knows nobody visits. I mean, seriously, like, for as social as I am, as far as like hanging out with people outside of like YouTube stuff, it's pretty much me and Aaron, man. Unless I'm going to visit my parents or something like that. So she knows if I'm talking that she's like, he's talking to his printers again or something. We've been together for coming up on 6 years almost. So, well, we have been together for 6 years, but officially almost 6 years. So she knows what she's signed up for. Okay, so we've got those started. And then we are going to, so I'm gonna show you guys one more time, the measurement. So from the base to the top of this guy, it needs to be 17.5. We've already established this little nub here is 2 millimeters. So 15.5 from there to there. So we're gonna do the thing where I get low, blow off the debris that's on this motor. Make sure we line up one of the grub screws with the flat spot on the post. And then what did I just say, 15.5? 15, wait, that is what I said, right? Yeah, 15.5. Oh, that's beautiful. I actually think I need to, I'm gonna check it again though, because yeah, I'm gonna check it again. I just moved it like crazy. I need to tighten. I recommend tightening the grub screws to the point where like it still slides, but it's not gonna be like super slippery because the second I moved it, it just started sliding. Okay, there we go. Nope, that's too tight.
This part is super important too, to not screw up, because again, I had issues with my first set of belts. 1 second, let me tighten this while I'm talking. All right, I think that's good. So when did your 3D printing adventure begin? I can tell you guys that story. 1 second. 15, oh, it's like, yeah, we're going with that. So I got my first 3D printer in 2014, and it was pretty random, actually. I didn't know anybody, like, you know, I didn't know anybody that was really around them or like that, and my YouTube channel was on video game hacking, modding, and repairing. Same YouTube channel. If you go back, you'll see the content. It's not great, but there was different standards back in 2012 and 11. And so I met somebody. God, this is hard. Like, I'm trying to think how I want to break this down. Okay, so I basically was working for myself, repairing, buying broken consoles, fixing them, modding them, and selling them just locally, like on, you know, OfferUp, or back then it was all Craigslist. And so I would go to the bank and deposit money, and the guy there, the regular teller there, you know, asked me one time, "What do you do?" And so I told him. Turns out he had a Red Ring of Death Xbox, and so I ended up going over to his place, grabbing it, fixing it, and through me and him becoming friends, I met another guy. And when I went to that guy's house to hang out, there was a guy named Daniel, which is also my name, that was a videographer, like really, really impressive stuff, like going to music shows and making music videos and hype videos and stuff like that for clubs and whatnot. And he had a DaVinci 1.0 in a box in the corner of his room. And when I met him, it wasn't open, but he kind of told me about it, and I think he had started printing out some like little adapters for his gimbal, and it got me so excited as to like what it could do for my projects with the video game hacking and modding stuff. And so that year I saved up, and for Christmas I bought the DaVinci 1.0, which was absolute garbage, and it showed me the potential of the technology, but it also very much so let me down. And so it worked for a little bit, and then it stopped working for about 6 months. I gave up on 3D printing for the time being, and then finally just said, no, I've got to get back into it because I enjoyed it so much. And then I converted the entire thing I cut all the electronics, like the main board, threw in a ramps and Arduino, figured out how to convert it over to Repetier at the time, and got it working again. And then the rest is history. Like I bought the printer to do projects for the video game modding stuff, and then the printer took over, and I just fell in love with the technology, and I had no idea it was going to restructure everything in my life when I bought that first printer. But yeah, that's how I got into it, and I've just been having so much fun making things and like tinkering with things and explaining things to people and making things for people. Like I love it so much. And it's also got me into other things. Like we've got a CNC machine there that I need to spend more time with. Just, it's too loud for where we live right now. And lasers and stuff. Like it was kind of 3D printing was kind of like my gateway into the maker community that I didn't even know existed. So the printer became the project. Yeah, yep. Josh did in his last interview that it replaces the Nozzle X when we price same or lower because it is now an in-house. Oh, wow, that I did not know. That is awesome. Yeah, so that's my story. I mean, there's obviously like more in depth or more details kind of to it, but that is the rough cut of it. And I'm super thankful because let me switch ears. There we go. See, you're sore. I'm super thankful because I mean it's, you know, it's presented so many awesome opportunities. I've met so many cool people, but yeah, it was very, very random. Super, super random. Okay, back to the build. Thanks for asking. I haven't told that story in a little while. So we are doing the exact same thing, which is, let's see, we did that. Measurement is good. Maybe make sure, I'm pretty sure I torqued these down, but I got distracted and I don't remember. You definitely want these nice and tight because it is the motion. Okay, So then we'll do the exact same thing, and like you guys stated, so we'll grab 4 M3x35s, and unlike what I stated, these will not be going toward the back. We will have this going the same direction inward. So the same direction as where this little guy is the direction we want the plug to be. So we'll sit these guys like that. And what did I say? M3x35s. Let's put these away. Right, need to be dad taxi picking my daughter up. If you're still on when I get back, I will catch up. Okay, sounds great. It's only been an hour and 10 minutes, and I don't know, we'll see. Like, I'll play it all by ear again. There's a really good chance that we'll do something similar to on Wednesday, where at some point I take a break, and then Erin goes to work, so there's nothing else I'm gonna do but work on printers while she's gone, so maybe we'll just continue at that point. Well, we'll see, play it by ear. But yeah, no, sounds great. You gotta be a dad. Regardless, thank you for hanging out for the first hour here. Ah. For some reason, the song, like, I know it's not even close to it, but it made me think of Banjo-Kazooie, which was such a fun game. Okay, so I'm tightening these a little bit, probably too tight, and then I'm going to one turn loosen off of them in a moment here. Let's see. That's pretty good. It's still moving and grooving. Just the Voron dance. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then the last step is just to put this little guy on, which I'm really happy that it threads a lot nicer than on my first Voron. It's kind of a pain on the first one. Sick. All right, so that is that. I think the next step, oh, check your work. Check your work. So I'm gonna show the screen again. You can't see it because my big old head's in the way. But yeah, check your work to make sure that you've got this guy lined up with the bearings, and that looks pretty good. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell without having the belt run through it. I might. I'm trying to think if I want to run the belt through it. I just don't want to really mount these to the printer without confirming. Let's see. I don't really want to mount them to the printer without confirming that it is actually flat, because that's what's going to wear down my belts, and I don't want that to happen. Here we go. I've got some really cheap belts that I bought a long time ago that was not meant to really be used for a 3D printer. I was going to use it for actually like a camera slider thing. I'm going to cut off just a little bit of it and then feed it through. Do I have scissors? I do. And then I'm going to feed it through just to get a better idea of whether it's actually aligned. Gotta go, guys. Had a lot of fun. Modbot Army, see ya. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Tunky. It's always nice seeing you here, man. Speedy says you plan on building another Voron. Ideally, yes. But not another 0.1. I know that LDO released their switch wire, and I would very much so like to build one of those, because it's just completely different than this, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so just so you guys see what I'm doing here, I'm basically just going to be feeding a belt around the pulley. Actually, I think the easiest way to do this. And the reason why I'm doing this, oops, dude, these wheels are rolling out. Let me lock the wheels. The reason why I'm doing this is that on the first build, my belts got chewed up really bad really quickly, as DC knows, because I talked to him about it. And I think, I don't know, it could have been that I used different bearings for half of the build, and I won't rule that out, but I think it might have been from these guys being slightly unlevel. Let's see. looks pretty damn good to me, actually. So basically, it's really hard to show this on camera, but I'm gonna do my absolute best to explain it for anyone that watches this now or after the fact. But what I'm doing is looking in there and making sure that where the belt wraps around that tooth pulley is as close to center as possible. You basically want there to be a little bit of light shining through the top and the bottom, because if there's no gap, then there's a good chance that the belt is actually riding up on the edge of that pulley, which from moving back and forth over time can really start to wear down the belts. And so I'm just, by making sure, by putting this belt on here, I'm able to visually see, okay, cool, when I move this back and forth, it's right in the dead center. So that's what I'm doing for anyone that is wondering. Is it a requirement? Probably not, but I think that it's a small thing. It's a small thing. It's a small thing. It's not much that you have to, God, I can't freaking talk. It's an easy thing to do just to make sure that you're checking all your boxes. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I would love to. Wait, you said you're building a, what is a salad fork? I feel like I've heard of that. I don't know if it was from talking to DC or what. Yeah, these look beautiful, actually. This is great. We did a good job. Those are perfect. I'm happy. Rest in peace, little belt. Okay. So we confirmed our work. Next, we actually get to mount these onto the printer itself, which will be fun because it means I'll have to get all the nut traps lined up. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the unbox cam for a sec. Switch it up. Grab this guy. Just been looking over the build. Let's see, let me slide things a little bit. Don't think we'll need the ruler for a bit. Oops, punched my screen. Yeah, let's have it like that. That looks decent. Okay, so we are going to be screwing in 1, 2, 3, 4. One goes into here, then one goes into here. Did I screw up? No. I'm gonna move these nuts around a little bit and I'll show you guys. So one of them should thread, I believe, into the actual frame itself. So that's one of them. And then one of them is going to go into this nut, which needs to be aligned with the other ones. Right, 1, 2. Nope, that's not right. That's a nice try though. Let's do top camera for this. I think it might be easier to show it off. Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, we are going to be installing these guys to the ends, and the two, there's already two, should be two. There's already two, nope, my face is in the way, screws sticking out the bottom, which you can't really see that well, but there's one right here, one right here. And so the very corner one's going actually into the tapped extrusion. Then the second one is going into this guy. And then we're gonna be putting 4 screws in into this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we need to use 1 and then 2, 3, and 4. And the same goes for both sides. So the most difficult aspect of this is making sure these nuts are all lined up. If they slide really easily, then it's not so bad to like try to put your Allen key through the top of this and kind of slide them a little bit. If they don't slide very easily, then it's a little bit tricky, which mine don't slide all that great. So I'm gonna do my best here. It's probably easiest, my big head, my head. That was the closest anyone's ever been to my scalp. Solid fork is, oh, it's a mini, okay, that's where I've heard it before. 1515 extrusion that uses the V0.1 integrated lead screw. That's so cool. That's awesome. Tiny T is the one you're building, right, DC? That's, I know that, I think, wait, was it you that were talking about that? It was either you or Thiago was talking to me about that one. I wish I had a bright light to shine through. So yeah, honestly what's gonna take the most time right now is me just making sure that things are aligned, which they don't appear to be. Although that one kind of has to be. Where's my phone? It's in my pocket. Yeah, I can't see. Well, they should be the exact same space apart from each other. So if one of them is aligned, I should be able to space the rest out pretty similarly. I think that might have done it. Let's try. Yeah, we're gonna try that. We are gonna give it a go. Okay, let's go to, can you see it from the side cam? Absolutely not. Let's go top cam. All right, it's gonna be a little bit shaky. I apologize in advance. Let's go ahead and thread. I'm just gonna loosely screw them all in because if any of them don't actually screw in, then we're gonna take them all out. So I don't wanna torque anything down yet. You finished? Yeah, I wish, Lisa. I wish. We made progress though. Well, of course. But yeah, so far what we've done today is the AB drivers, and we're mounting them, and then we're on to the next thing. So we've done quite a bit. Started here at 40, did all this, did all this, did all this, did all that, did all this, did all that, and now we're on here. So we're like 10 pages in. It's not too bad, I don't think. Right, everybody? Please, I need reassurance that we're doing okay. Okay, that one's threading in. That one is also. That one is also. Oh, I'm so proud. I am so proud. That is sick. Yes! Success. Hello from Lame Grass Valley, California. Where is that? Where is that, Jimmy? I live in California myself, but I don't know where that is. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate it. It's been really nice. Oh, you guys are supposed to be seeing this, aren't you? It's been really nice having everybody here because one, you guys have helped me, and two, it's been a lot more fun. The first time I built this, sorry, I know this camera angle is not ideal. The first one I built was mostly done at nighttime in the dark, kind of, and it was, it was a lot more sad. So this is nice. I'm not gonna over torque those. And then, so those are the two that we already had that have the bearings on them, and these are the four I just inserted in, which are going into these little nut trap things. So let's go ahead and tighten these down. I am having fun with this build, which is really nice. This is like really worried, and it's all shaky. Our lame is just what I think of it. Hour north of Sacramento. Huh. I haven't been in that area. My best friend is in CHP, and so I did go up to Sacramento to watch him graduate from the academy, but it was like the only time I've been up there. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, I should probably say that like once on the hour. I need to get a chat bot type thing that posts it as well. But yeah, hit the like button if you haven't, please. It helps out a lot. It's a simple way to help out the channel and the streams and all that good stuff. Okay, so we've got one of these guys in. Next, we are going to do the exact same thing, but we are going to
go on this side. So I'm gonna start off with just aligning these nuts as much as possible. So let's go ahead. Ooh. Man, some of these are really tough. Okay, let's place this one. You guys are probably gonna get a good shot of my head again, which I apologize for. Okay, that works well. Okay, so the next thing I need to do then is just align. If I get one of these aligned, then I can space out the rest of them fairly well. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. The instructions are all on the Voron website. If you go, let's see, screen. If you go to the GitHub, it has them there. And then also, I think if you just go to, like Voron's official website, they change things up a little bit. So if you go Voron and you go to printers, 0, manual. And I think it'll download it probably, right? Yeah, it'll download a PDF. So. There. Yeah, but you can. I don't know where Grass Valley and Kelly is either. Yeah, it's about an hour from Lake Tahoe. Oh, Tahoe I'm at least familiar with. I think that's, pretty sure it's where my parents got married at, actually, was Tahoe. I don't know that I've been, maybe I've been there once. Where'd my Allen key go? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm just, again, double checking that things are aligned with the holes, which they're not currently. Erin's asking if I want her to put some pizza in. Yes, please. I think I told you guys that on, oops. Okay, these are not, they need to go further to the left. I told you guys that on Wednesday we were gonna order pizza after the stream because I was just gonna be tired and just kind of want to relax. And we did. Why is this side being harder to line up? But holy crap, did we order a lot of pizza. It's just me and Erin, and we ordered 2 extra large pizzas. And so we've had pizza. How much pizza have we had, babe?
So much pizza.
So much pizza. Yeah, we've had pizza. So I had pizza Wednesday. I had pizza for breakfast yesterday. Well, like breakfast, lunch. And then pizza for dinner. And then we're having pizza right now. This is being kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just gonna do one piece right now, just because I don't want to get too stuffed. Surprise me, please. Okay, I think we've got this aligned pretty well. Let's try. Let us try. And we needed M3 by 35s, which I've got out. Pizza? Oh, I saw you put pizza in the chat too. I saw your text, that's funny. Uh-oh, it sounds like it might be break time. No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going, DC. We might break at some point because I'm thinking about just going crazy with the stream today since Erin works at night tonight, and it's like, I don't know what else I would be doing other than building this, and so we might take a break and then just, oh, come on, these screws are not lining up. Why? It's annoying. Why are you not aligning? And Lisa, you said, am I gonna build a bigger Voron? Oh, that is definitely not line. I would love to. So I definitely won't be doing another V0. Sorry, no, this isn't the best view. You guys just look at my hand. I won't be doing another V0, at least not anytime soon. Like, I don't know what, if there's like a 0.2 that comes out at some point, then I would definitely entertain. Why are you not going in? 1 second. I'm gonna get down so I can see where the screw. Okay. This is what I should have been doing all along, was getting an eye level with it. LDO, so the company that made this kit, also released, either released or is releasing a switch wire kit, which is kind of it's a Voron that's more of like the Prusa style printer, where the bed goes forward and backward, or a bed slinger as some people call them. So I definitely would love to build one of those. I would really like to build one of each. I'd like to build one of each Voron for the experience and just to see how they all differ. They all seem very, very cool to me. So yeah, I would love to. The 2.4 seems really rad. You are going to go in. Yeah, my issue is, DC, is that I think that because some of my nut traps are so aggressively hard to move, that I might not be able to slide them very much. But yeah, let me try it. Actually, that one seemed like it lined up. Let's try it now. Are you thinking about building one, Lisa? I know that you've been, what the heck? Okay, no, it's going in. I think I just need to push down a little bit more. What part of California? LSC. Who doesn't love pizza? You should know it by now. To extend your popcorn questions today, pineapple doesn't belong. Oh my gosh, yes it does. I love. I just talked. Who was I talking to that about? I don't remember who I was talking about the other day, but I said like it's funny with pineapple and pizza. Like people feel really strongly about it. Like either it's rare to find people that are just like, oh yeah, it's not really my thing. Like either people love. Oh no, why is this one not? Let me try it. Either people love pineapple. Oh, that should not have gone out. Hold on. Either people love pineapple on pizza or they like despise it typically. And I am a lover of pineapple on pizza. It is definitely one of my favorites. Ah, it's so annoying. There's still one that's not going in DC. No kettle, no pineapple? Oh my, you're insane. You're an animal. I am in Orange County actually. Born and raised in Riverside, so the Inland Empire. And moved out here 3 years ago for work, which now I am doing content creation full time, and there's no need to be in this expensive, very expensive part of California. So our lease is up in August of next year, and we are moving out of state. We are moving to Idaho. So we are hoping for more land and hoping the next couple of years to start a little family, a little mini mod bot. But yeah, I'm born and raised in California. Oh my God, why are you being such a jerk? This last one, it's okay. All right, you know what? I'm taking it all off one more time because everything else is lined up. I just need to line up one last one. Oh, it froze. It froze. Why did it freeze? That's really strange. Let me, I'm gonna turn this camera off. I'm gonna turn it back on. Oh yeah, yes. One day, maybe next year, nice. There's no rush. I mean, they're just gonna get better and better, you know. It's kind of like the way of, it's really weird, this camera's being a jerk. All right. Yeah, I've talked about it ever since I was like 18 originally, and now I'm turning 30 next year. So we just decided
now's the time. We don't have any roots here. Like, I mean, other than of course, like our family, but you know, it's me and Aaron, and so we're doing it. I'm a huge homebody, and so for me, like, as long as it's relatively safe, and I like less people in general, and so, you know, California's just got so many freaking people. Like, it's insane. The capital of Idaho has just such a small fraction of people compared to, sorry, it's hard to multitask. It's such a fraction of people. Wait, why was this not going in, dude? That looks totally lined up. I'm super confused right now. Give me 1 second, guys, because I don't want one of these shims to pop out. Yes, yes. I'm assuming you're done with this part, DC, right? Yeah, so the Voron 0 is great, or like it can fit all the parts on the bed, which is really cool that they did that. However, I will say that like even printing the hat pieces for the Voron, it's like edge to edge, which even on this Voron, I still don't trust it fully edge to edge. Like I'll print, it's a small plate, so I'll print nearly all of it, but because the hat, you have to print it, or at least they recommend, I think, at least printing it in ABS like everything else. It's tricky, but yes, you should be able to print the majority of all the parts on the Voron 0 for the other Vorons, which is very, very cool, and probably what I'll end up doing. Actually, I'm done. Done? You finished your whole printer last night, dude? Wow. I can't say that I can't say that I blame you for wanting to get it done. If it wasn't for the fact that we were streaming it, it's very hard for me to like start a project and then just be like, okay, yeah, I'll come back to you. It's like, no. I do printer builds and projects like a Netflix show. Like I'm seeing it from beginning to end in one sitting. All right, so we should be good on this. Skirts and panels left. Dude, that's nothing though. That's just the cosmetic stuff. How's it, have you run your maiden print on it yet? That's exciting, dude. Congratulations. All right, cool. AB motors are on and done. Looking good. All right, so done with that. Next, we are going to be doing the AB idlers, which is really quick. Yeah, let's knock out the AB idlers really quick. I do need to get some printed parts. Let me grab, okay, I'm actually going to, let's see, let's go this side cam. Yeah. Put a few things away. Actually, no, we need most of this stuff out. We're not gonna put anything away. I'm waiting for my Voron from Formbot. Which kit did you go with? The 0 or the bigger, like 2.4, something like that? All right, printed parts are up here, I think. Yeah. Wow. Got my bag of printed parts. I don't need this spatula because we're not printing. Big old skirt pieces. The mini afterburner looking gorgeous. Okay, so we need again these guys. This one, 4 pieces in total, I believe. How long did you work on it today, DC? Or did you just finish it all up last night? And if so, do you know what your entire build time is so far? Cool, I think that's all the pieces. That was, no, I think we need spacers too, don't we? Let's see. I'm nearly positive we need spacers. We don't need spacers? Huh. Okay. Swore we needed spacers. Guess I was wrong. Almost done with config 0. Oh! You got 2 at the same time? Sounds familiar. That's why I hate doing, I hate starting shows, because I just like binge them. Like, I know that the big, show from a couple weeks ago was Squid Games. I started watching it the night before my birthday, 2 episodes, and then on my birthday, I woke up, Erin went to work, I started watching Squid Games, she came home from work, and I was finishing the last episode of Squid Games. I've been trying to keep it all as standard as possible, but you know me. I do know you, dude. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab out what we need, which are M3x35s, 2 of them. I think I've still got the M3x35s. I do. Bada boom. We got shims, beautiful, and then we got bearings right here. Easy peasy. And so we need how many bearings? 4 bearings? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are, this is much easier little section than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so we're just going to shove, let me move you over here. So we're gonna grab these 2. You can go off to the sides. Screws are going through here. Maybe, if I can find the, yep. Screws going through there. Other screws going through as well. And then both of them are getting the exact same lineup, which is shim, bearing, bearing, shim. Shim. Bearing. Pizza is starting to smell really good. Bearing. And shim. Awesome, awesome. Shim. Bearing. Bearing. Hey Pi, does it say what time the Amazon package is supposed to be delivered? They kind of come like all day here. Okay, so they're both the same thing. Same screw, shim, bearing, bearing, shim. The only difference is one of these is bigger than the other, but that's fine because the parts we're gonna put them on are the opposite, which I'll show you in a second here. So the bigger one of these, which is this guy, is going to take the smaller one of these guys, oops, and they are going to go within each other, which, let's see if I can get that without it popping out. Yeah, like that. So the screw is through. Be careful. I'm going to lay it sideways. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with this one, but it's the bigger one. So it's going to go like this. And it's through, and there we go. Now we've got that. Now we're gonna place them. Sent you a pic for your viewing pleasure later. Sick. I am looking forward to seeing it. Not sure my total time, but would have been a lot faster had I not nerded out on the frame squaring. You did say you took some time on that. I took a lot. It's one of those things where, if you're gonna have this printer for a long time, which I think most people that build Vorons intend to hold on to them, you gotta do it right, Taking the extra time up front will make you much happier long term. Just says today before 10 p.m. Okay, I will definitely keep my eyes open and I will let you know. And you said again, 25572, so it's coming here. I have foot surgery coming up, so I have to stay home, so I'm going to have a lot of time. Ooh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense then. You will have plenty of time and tons of fun building your printers. Hopefully it'll take your mind off of, kind of everything going on. So, no, that's rad. That makes a lot of sense then. Okay, so screen share. We are going to be placing these, and so obviously a screw is going into the post, and then the main thing to look at here is this little angle. You want it pointing outwards. So this is the left side of the. This is the front If you're looking at the machine, this is the left side. And then, watch, I'll show you guys. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Yes. Let's go to unbox cam. Okay, so this one, which has, again, like this little lip, nope, I am doing this wrong. Don't listen to me. What do I know? This one. So you want it to go where like the wider side is on the left side, or like on the outside. That's really tough to explain. Hopefully visually it makes sense. Smells good. Ooh, it also says to preload 4 nuts. Don't install this yet, guys. Hold on. I'm back. Have I missed anything interesting? I don't think so. Yeah, of course, Jimmy. Awesome. I don't think you missed anything too. We got these guys mounted on, which is super exciting. I'm really happy about that. Okay, so it says preload nuts. So probably on both sides, 4 on that side. None on that side? Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's because these 4 are going to be for the door, the magnets for the door. Don't use, so for these 4, do not use, let me show you guys. We're gonna be loading 4 nuts into here. Don't use the nut traps because they are gonna make it where you don't have enough, like you need a certain, because of those, you can't get them close enough, and so don't use them. It's not a huge issue if you do use them because if you thread in the magnets and you only use one of the nuts instead of both of them, it's still okay, but I'm not gonna use them at all because I remember that was like one of the things on my first build that kind of bummed me out. Where the hell are the M3 standard nuts? There we go. Let me know if that makes sense, because sometimes I say things and they make sense to me, but the others, I get like the deer in headlights look. So like, let me show, this is probably gonna be easier if I show this a little side camera. Basically what I'm getting at is that if you have the nuts not in the nut traps, which are, these guys, which normally you wanna use, if you have them in these, then the nuts can't get as close together as you'd want them to be able to thread in the printed part. So for these 4, just drop them in without having the printed nut trap on them. That has to make sense, I think. If anyone has questions, please ask. And if anyone watching this after the fact has questions, just ask. What are good settings for eSun ABS Plus? I am pretty sure I've been running it the exact same way as all the ABS, which is, I printed them out on the Voron 0.1 at 100 degrees Celsius on the bed, and 255 on the hot end. I was running it pretty fast though, so I'm just going to drop these in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sick. All right. Oh, yeah, exactly. Greg mentioned it in his video too. Yes, exactly. I didn't catch that, even though I did use his, although I did use his videos for a lot of my first build, I didn't catch it till it was too late. And again, it's not a huge deal, but it's just like, if we're doing this portion and I remembered it, I definitely want to announce it, so that way some others might not. Okay, so now we're doing top-down view, because I think that'll make the most sense. And this guy is going on this end. So this is the screw that we've already got with the bearings. That's going to go into the tapped extrusion, and then this nut right here is going to eventually be what needs to align with this hole. So do your best to align it, or at least make it where you'd want it further out than further in. If it's too far in, you're not gonna be able to get in there to adjust it, but if you have it too far out, even if it doesn't align, you can still slide your Allen key to like kind of push it. But I would say if you just kind of go from a side angle, you can sort of see where this needs to be. So clearly I need to push this forward.
Probably some more. Still a hair more. And that's pretty close to where I'll be able to align it after the fact if I need to. Need to print my V0 parts. Oh, nice, man. Super cool. I think that, wasn't it, it's CNC Kitchen used the FormBot kit, right, if I'm not mistaken? I'm pretty sure that was the case. Okay, so this is good. We've got the nuts preloaded. Oh, and then it, yeah, right there, M35 needs to go in. So we are going to grab an M35, which I have got somewhere. There we go, they're already out. And then that is going to drop in right here. And I think this will line up because I just showed you guys that I did my best to align it. Guess my best was not good enough. It's not going in. Okay, well we'll try what DC said, which is shove an Allen key down here and use that to kind of try to straighten it out a little bit. I can't actually tell. Oh, you know what? You can actually, can't I, 1 second. I think I can actually, if I loosen this a hair, pivot this. Just one. Yeah. What, babe? Do I want some peppers? No, thank you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. All right. Why is this? I'm having alignment issues. I'm actually gonna take this out really quick. I should be able to get this aligned fairly easily. What? From right there? No. It's the camera's pointing downward. Just right here. I'll take it right here. Thank you. I'm gonna let it cool down for a bit and then just inhale it. All right. It's pizza. Pizza, guys. Okay, so I think this needs to go a hair closer still. Okay. Hope you get one of the new kits. The new kits have Moons motors and 95% of the fasteners are stainless steel. How do the Moons motors compare to LDO motors? Is it fairly comparable? Yes, we did it, guys. I don't like this top camera angle. That looks good. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. That's funny. That would take the stream to the next level if viewers could smell what I smell. Except that might not always be a good thing.
Yeah, I smell your resin and all that.
Yeah, it just smell like resin, semi-dirty dogs, and you know, ESA and all the other crap. Okay, cool. We got this one in. Easy peasy, other than the alignment. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, but the other side doesn't need any preloaded nuts, so let's do a different cam for that one. I think this is gonna be better. And I'm gonna do the same thing, which is basically try to align it before so I'm just gonna put this here. Oh, this one slides really easily. Looks about right.
Okay, before we do the other one the whole way, let's check our work. M3 by 35 again. Yes, this one aligned the first time. Yes, it's the little victories. You gotta celebrate those little victories. It's looking really good. This black, like kind of matte, carbony, I think that's a word, carbony. It's looking really good on this purple frame. We did it. Not sure they've been working great though. Nice. And they are all stainless. Nice. That's cool that they are actively upgrading their kit as well. Okay. Side. You talking about my place? How you know I'm soldering right now? Oh man. Check your work. All right, so we want to make sure that the sides are aligned. Basically, that, like I said, outward pointing on the tops, which we are. And then we also want to make sure that on the left side, bearings are on top, and on the right side, bearings are on bottom, which probably is what the next picture is. Nope. So that looks good. Bearings, let me show you guys. Nope, I'm on the wrong camera. All right, so basically in this section, we just want to make sure that these bearings are in alignment with this, and that on this side, it's moving, that's weird. Oh, it's the, okay, never mind, sorry. Sorry if that made anyone dizzy. And then on this side, we want to make sure that the bearing is aligned with the bottom, which we are looking absolutely great. And man, look at the sheen on that carbon part. I don't know how well it's coming up on camera, but it looks really good. It's funny that you say that, Lisa, because I actually was originally going with a black frame because the first Voron I built was like green and orange and kind of like color poppy. I said that I was going to make the second Voron just kind of like sleek, stealthy, no colors. And then before the kit got sent out from Fabreeko, they reached out and said, "Are you sure you want black?" And then they showed me again the purple, and I just I caved. This is a pretty cheap mouse and trackball. It's a Anchor. It's like their standard. Let me see here. What the heck? I'm not logged into. Anchor ergonomic mouse. It's definitely one of the cheaper ones. This guy right here. Nope, these look like knockoffs. It's the official one. So this guy, this one is 28 bucks. And for some reason, I will say though, because I've got Mac, like I use Mac for my laptop and my editing little desktop, and I had connectivity issues on and off where like it just would drop. While on Windows, it's been working flawlessly. So I don't know if it's like a driver thing or what, but this is amazing for me. I've been getting really bad pains like on my wrists, which has gone a lot better. I stopped playing video games like probably 6 or 8 months ago, just so that way I'd have less distractions in my life, as much as I miss hanging out with my friends and playing games. And so a combination of like the editing and the playing games for like hours and hours every night, it was really starting to jack up my wrists. And when I was working, I actually took a couple random days off because of how inflamed it felt. So I had to do something, and so this mouse has made a huge difference. And then you can't see it, but I've got little like the ergonomic rests for my wrists now on the on my desktop, which is the pain hasn't been coming back, so it's clearly, you know, doing something. So awesome. So we are done with that page. And next is the Z-axis. So we are on the Z-axis. I think if you guys are cool with it, I don't know if I should mute my mic or not, but I like really want to, it's super comfortable, man. This mouse is awesome for the price. Like I can't complain. I want to like inhale that slice of pizza. So I'm debating on just like muting my mic for a sec, taking a couple bites. Does anyone have any objections? I'm gonna do that 1 second here. Hey, I think that's Nick. Vita Vapes. Is that you, Nick? If so, I blame him for the reason why we have an excess amount of pizza. He sent me the coupon for like 50% off carryout, and I got carried out. I got carried away, and it added XXL pizzas, and I just rolled with it because I was like, well, there's a coupon, and we love pizza. And I went to go pick it up, and that's when it really like it settled in with like how big XXL, no X, maybe just XL. I might be adding an X, but yeah. All right, I'm almost done. One more sec, guys. I appreciate you all. The only reason I'm muting the mic is because I have no idea how loud the chewing is with the mic being right here. If I had my like desk mic where it's, you know, picks up audio more so when your mouth is close to it, I would just step back. But I also don't want to chew in people's ears. My best friend, whenever anyone is chewing loudly, like in our Discord, he freaks out. And so because of that, I've become super self-conscious about when I'm chewing. Like I try to chew away from the mic just because I don't want to set him off. No ASMR food chewing, man. Maybe we'll see. If there's enough demand, might make that a part of it, but no, I don't think so. All right, we are back. Almost back. Nick, tell Dad I say hello. Please. Okay. We are back in business. So we're gonna do the Z-axis next. Let's grab all of the appropriate parts. So we need the lead screw nut, some printed parts. Okay, let me do a few things here. I'm gonna start off by moving the frame off to the side. Ooh, terrible sound. Put the unbox camera on so you guys can see what's going on. All right, so for printed parts, we need oh, is that really it? I grabbed it. It was the first thing I grabbed. I was really lucky. It looks slightly warped. Huh. Interesting. I think it's fine. Let's see, what else do we need? We need that. And then we need that bigger piece, which looks like this, a gray piece. And then we have to preload a metric ton of nuts. Okay. So the one thing I have to find is that lead screw, the lead screw nut. I have no idea where that is. So let me take down the LDO box really quick here. Let me show you guys the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, let me see if I can find this. I would imagine it's probably in, the really nice thing about this kit, and I don't know how any of the other kits are, is the labeling of the boxes. I'm just kind of keeping everything in its appropriate box. Excuse me. Huh, lead screw nut is not in there. You know what, maybe it's in the motion. I guess it is technically motion. Tool heads in motion. Okay, now I'm just a little bit confused. I don't see it. Ugh. I'm gonna have you guys help me look. All right. So this is the tool head in motion, which has got a belt, Bondtech gears for the extruder, Bondtech parts, PTFE. There's a bearing. There's some tiny little grub screws or set screws, and then some long screws. So it's definitely not in there. I know it's in here, like I know it's not missing because I definitely saw it when we initially went through here. This is just power supply. I don't think I need to check there. This is the build plate and parts, which I thought it would be in here. We've got springs, we've got nuts, empty box. I'm pretty sure that this is just the bed. Yeah, this is just the bed, which I don't need to put it back in that. It's fancy schmancy. Okay. Back from my conference call. In the motor box with the lead screw. Oh God, DC, you're an angel. That makes sense. Why would it not be with the Z motor? The voice of reason. I'm not even gonna open it and check yet because I believe you. It's gotta be in here. I know it was here. Look at that. Look at that. And there it is. Right where he said it would be. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So, starting off, we need to take this out. Cool. And then we need M3 by 12s. M3 by 12s. And then this goes, okay, so this guy goes on this, then this goes in the top of the spring, and then I believe you have to compress it like as much as possible. And then it needs to go into this part. Yes. Did you compress yours fully, or what the hell? I'm doing this backwards? No, I'm not doing this backwards. Interesting. "3D printing pizza? Interesting." Not, oh, I don't need to compress it yet? Does it matter if I do? Well, why do I feel like I'm doing something wrong? Because is it supposed to sit inside? Is it supposed to sit inside of here flush? Because it does not look like it's gonna sit inside there flush. That's a pretty big. Or maybe it will. That's interesting. All you're doing is screwing the base together. The parts organizer is in my to-do list. Do the compression at installation. There are 2 different printed parts. Is this not? Is that not the right part, maybe? Because it doesn't seem My tolerances have all been pretty good, and that just seems like a really, I don't remember that on the first, Oh, they're two different printed parts for different, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Does that mean I screwed up? That's unfortunate if that's the case, because it doesn't feel like it. I don't remember it being that tight on the first build. Let me go here. Where is it in the source code? The Oh, you guys can't see what I'm saying. There we go. So there is two different. Is it this part, the T8? Oh shit, I'm opening it in the wrong. On GitHub, I don't, it's because I haven't used this computer very often. I don't even know where it is. I don't know if I can do it without signing in my profile. Oh, that's totally what it is, dude. Oh, it's gotta be what it is. Where are my calipers? So mine is 24 millimeters, at least on the outside. Let's see. Yep. So I have the larger. Oh, that sucks. Oh, we might have to take a break then. So I can reprint this. That's a bummer. Let me check really quick. Knowing myself, there's a possibility that I printed out both, just thinking that that there was going to be an issue or I didn't know which one, but I'm not positive. So it would be a black printed part. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, can you guys see? You guys can't, I don't know if you guys can see where's the streaming window? You guys can't see, you missed my excitement. This is what I did. Yeah. So I do have, yes. Yes. I tried my best to, thanks for the vid. Can't stick around for the live stream. Oh, no worries at all. Watch tonight. Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, man. Bullakula. That's a cool name. Thanks for hanging out, man. Oh, 3D Mechanics liked and sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Okay, now everything is going to be perfect because I printed out both. This is going to drop right in. Oh, like a glove, like a glove. I knew it just didn't make sense. Like all of my tolerances have been pretty spot on and there's no way this thing's fitting there. Okay, so back to where we were. That makes me super happy because I feel like momentum is, I'm going to Let's see. Screen. Threw off my groove there for a sec. Okay, cool. This is going through. It shut up. Shut up. Oh my god. Hold on. You were on your A game that printing day. Yeah. I feel like when you've been printing, you know, like, well, you've been going through the kind of gauntlet with this stuff as well, but when you've been doing it enough, you're like, I'm gonna cover all of my bases like twice just to be safe. Okay, so like you said, don't need a compressor right now. I actually don't think it needs to even be on. Oh, never mind. These I'm gonna do this thing and then I will explain it if it ends up being what I'm thinking. It looks like these screws are what hold this in place, but I'm not entirely sure. Nope, that's not right. Okay. Does the spring not have to be on at all? Like right now, does the spring not even have to be on while I screw this in? Because it kind of looked like the, it kind of looked like these screws were going to help compress it, but I don't think that's the case anymore. And I don't remember having issues with this the first time I built it, which is throwing me off as to why am I having issues now. Come on, buddy. No, leave it off until you insert lead screw. Okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense. Once the lead screw is actually threaded, then I would compress it, and then it won't fight me and pop out everywhere. Cool, that makes sense. I probably watched Greg's video at that point, because I don't remember having any questions about that, and right now it's just not clear to me. If your lead screw nut does not have M3 threads, use longer screws and M3 nuts to secure it. Okay, that's as tight as I'm going on that side. Cool. Awesome. All right, so we have got that. Then the next thing is going to be install it on the back side of the bed. Which shows right here. So we will do that with M312s, and then I think that's the end stop. I think that's the screw that hits the Z-axis end stop, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead. This is gonna be a weird one to show you guys as far as like the camera angle goes. I don't know if I'll be able to, we'll see. Hey, thanks, thanks, Carl. If you brought, it looks like 3D Mechanics over here. I appreciate that. M3x12s, that's what we've got right here. Yeah, what is the easiest way for me to show this? Maybe if I, yeah, this'll work. This'll work. We'll do the top camera. It's gonna be shaky because it's the top camera, but it's probably the best angle. Yeah, so we are going to be installing this guy onto those two nuts that we preloaded earlier. I'm going to do my best to sort of center them really quick here without it sliding all over the damn place. Let's see. It's actually not too bad. Let's see if I go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and we're doing M3x12s. Okay, one of them is sliding around a lot, which is fine. I just, before I tighten it down, want to center this as much as possible.
Okay, so I'm just gonna visually center this. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, kinda. Okay, so I'm just, this part that's held in by those two nuts, I'm trying to get it as center as possible because that's where the lead screw is going to go in through to raise and lower the bed. And that looks pretty good. Now we're just gonna go ahead and tighten those two bolts. And drop our little bit. Easy. Cool, that is on. And then the last thing is to take another M3x12 and just insert it into, see if you guys can see it from maybe this unbox cam. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Where my thumb is, there's a little hole. We're just gonna go ahead and thread an M3x12 in there. Not all the way, because I believe that's going to be, that is going to be the little adjuster depending on our Z. Like for when our Z homes itself, that's the screw that you'll adjust if you need to. So we'll just go ahead and thread. It's kind of in an awkward place. At least for this screwdriver, I might have to, let's see. There we go. See, I'll screw it in maybe like a couple more, maybe a little bit more. I don't really know how far in. It doesn't say, does it? No. We'll go with that. That's fine. We can adjust that little screw later on, but the main thing is again, you want this screw finger right there to be in there. So we're good. Okay. Done with that. Done with that. Next, we are going to, I don't know if I have good lubrication for the lead screw. Did you add lubrication to your lead screw or some kind of lube or grease, DC? I might do it after the fact. See, end stop screw. Somehow I nailed that end stop placement and didn't have to adjust. Damn! That's awesome. You did, okay. Hey, Swiper's back. What's going on? You did add it, okay. I don't think I've got much. I've got 3-in-1 oil somewhere. But I feel like for the lead screw, they typically use something that's a bit, like, thicker. The only stuff I've got right now is, I've got Super Lube. Let's see. I've got Super Lube, which is a synthetic oil, and then I've got 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil, but I don't know if either of those are appropriate. I did as well. Oh, but if you have the black screw, it's Teflon coated. So it's not a requirement if it's Teflon coated? I'm probably gonna wait and just pick up some like thicker, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll probably just pick up some thicker stuff later on that I can kind of cake on. On a serious note, extruder and hot end, if you opted to. So I'm doing, it's gonna be completely stock. The first Voron 0.1 that I self-sourced has a couple mods onto it, and that one has the Dragon high flow. This one, I'm just using the stock Dragonfly with the mini afterburner. Because I wanna experience the LDO Voron build like as they intended it, so that way I can give my feedback on like what the experience was like, which so far I'm really impressed. But there is a chance that afterwards I may do some moddy stuff to it. Like, yeah, like I know that Bondtech just announced the LGX Lite, so that's attractive. But yeah, for right now at least it's gonna be stock. So the Dragonfly is what's included with the kit and just the standard mini afterburner. Super Lube is perfect. Is that what I have? Oh, cool, okay. Okay, cool. I'll use Super Lube then. I'll use it after the fact.
As far as the direction of the plug, how did I don't see. Does it matter that much as far as the direction of the plug? Like, I mean, okay, so based off this looks like the front. But if it goes on like the back left or back right, I don't see any issues. Gotta find you one of those Gucci. Oh, those look sick. The Gucci, no, the Gucci. You got me saying Gucci. The red ones though, or whatever. PTFE dry lube for lead screws. Thanks, babe. She says the build is looking good. Even though you say it when the build is not even on here. But I appreciate it. I know that everybody has their own like preferences for, I asked before building the first Voron, I asked everybody, what do you recommend for the linear rails? Or what do you recommend for lead screws? And I got like a gajillion different answers. So I'm confident that there is like very little, uniformity in terms of what people are using out there. Should I buy one or make one like Voron switch wire for first printer? I think that building a printer, once you build a printer, no matter what it is, you will have more confidence than you possibly could imagine in terms of 3D printing. Like it just, M3, oh, so M3 by 8 and you just learn so much about the motion and the electronics and how it all goes together. That I don't feel, even with watching, a gajillion YouTube videos, you can fully understand until you do it yourself. It's kind of like, there's a difference between reading and doing it yourself. But my only concern is to not overwhelm yourself. Is it the builder? It's looking good. Yeah, see, Lisa says start with buying one. And like, part of me agrees with that, because I would hate for you to take on a really ambitious project and then all of a sudden get like kind of disheartened and not finish it, and then just get, then all of a sudden you're out a bunch of money and you're really bummed out, and it gets you away from the hobby or, the technology altogether. So I kind of feel like getting something that's at least working to learn the basics also isn't a bad idea, but I do think there's something to be said about building one as far as the value that you'll gain from that. That's kind of my answer. I do think though that like the trade-off could be, if you were to build something and you go with like, and again, this is just speculation, I've never owned a Prusa printer, but from what I've seen, getting something like a Prusa MK3S Plus or whatever, or one of the Prusa Minis that's a full kit, that you'll probably have a much better chance of, being able to complete with without much issue, because of how good the QC is and how involved their, why are you not going in? And how involved their instruction manual is as far as giving you the guidance you need. Building a printer is always better. Yeah, I like building, I like both, man. I like seeing what's out there and what's coming out there, and I like that, the barrier of entry is getting lower and lower and the machines are getting better and all this stuff. And so I like seeing that. But like somebody asked me on Wednesday, what printers that I have that I love, and I said that, like, looking around, I've got a lot of printers that I like that have been really good to me, but like love, the only one I could think of right now really is probably the Voron. And part of the reason is because I, bled and sweat and wept during the build. Like, it was so much of me going into the build that I really, like, I see it printing, it makes me happy. And not that other printers don't as well, but again, there's a certain element of when you spend so much time building something from the ground up and you add your own customization to it, it really becomes something special. But it also depends on what it is that you want, like someone might be like, hey, I have a product idea, I need to be able to print out this many. They're like, that person, not always, but like that person generally isn't caring about like, oh, I don't care about like, how I feel about my printer or feeling a certain way. Like, I just need a printer that prints for as, cheap as possible. So, it just depends. I do agree with Mike too, in the sense that like, some people might hesitate because Like you see a printer and all of a sudden like you build it or you get it and it's already built and it just performs so well that you're hesitant to ever do some modding to it. Because of the fact that like you're worried, oh man, like what if I do a mod and it, you know, even though that happens, DC, DC and me can both vouch for the fact that even if you know your printer very well, you can mod it and do some definite damage. So to do a mod under 3 while building it, it took a month to get it to work. So do I, so I'm on it. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Do you even consider Ender 3 good? I think it's a really good entry printer, honestly. Still. Yeah, there's just, I think the biggest, like one of the biggest factors of the Ender 3 isn't even the machine itself at this point, it's the community behind it. It's the amount of people that own them. I would be surprised if the Ender 3 wasn't the most sold printer ever. And because of that, so many people own them that all the problems, like there's forums with answers or videos, or there's upgrades for just about everything, so. Best entry at the moment is the Focus Odin. The Focus is kind of like, I don't want to call it exactly an Ender 3 clone, but it's in that same, you know, it looks very similar to a lot of other printers out there, other than that it's got some yellow to it. But I've heard good things. The printer it looks closest to me is something like the Artillery Sidewinder or Genius. At Speedy, that was a fun 14 hours. How do you feel? Yes, definitely more of a bond. Okay, all right. I apologize. You guys distracted me. All right, so we've got that going on. Oh, it doesn't even tell us to install it? Huh. Okay, so we need to preload like crazy at this point. So let's grab, unbox. Let's grab our machine. Let's flip it on its head. I always like to try to align it in the exact same orientation as whatever's like pictured. Just because it makes it a lot easier to figure out whether you're doing things correctly. There's a lot of dog hair. I'm sorry, printer. Gross. Oh, you guys couldn't see it, but yeah, that might be a cat hair. I don't even have a cat. Okay, preload. So let's grab out the M3 nuts. And just so you guys can see this again, this is what we are, I goofed screen. This is what we're doing right now. M3 nuts and preloading. So we need to preload 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 more of these. So I'm just gonna dump a bunch of them out. And so again, based off of this, let's see, side, can you guys see this? Nope, you guys can't. So basically we're gonna be adding feet to the 4 corners of this in the next step. And so because of that, any nuts that need to be slid into these 4 end extrusions is really what we're doing right now. Because you won't be able to obviously once those feet are on. So it looks like at this angle that I've got mine, there needs to be 3, it's almost like 3 on every outside section, which I believe these are the nuts that will be used for the panels. 1, let me actually slide that in. Slide number 2 in. And number 3. Cool. Oh, don't scratch the frame. Okay, so that's done. And then we're gonna do 3 on, you guys can't see it. Oh man, the camera angle. This is rough. This is, apologize. This one right here. So we did this outer side 3, and then we're gonna do 3 on this outer side. I'm very happy, DC, that I printed out both of those different sized, why can't I think right now? The, the Z-axis nut trap? No, you know what I'm talking about. The Z-axis, I can't think right now. But I'm glad I printed out both. Have I tried? No, I haven't tried one. I don't know if they've reached out. For a while there, my inbox was getting really bad, and I had like 200 emails needed to go through, and so I did my best to go through them and like turn down a lot of, you know, like review opportunities, just because even right now, like this printer behind me, which you can hardly see, is a really expensive printer, but I want to review it. Like I've been testing it out for quite a long time actually in different sections of this living room. But it is a dual extrusion. It has an actively heated chamber, bimetal heat breaks, linear rails, big build volume. Like it's crazy. So like I'm testing out this, and then I've got probably 4 or 5 other printers over here that need to get tested out. So I just like, I've had to turn down a lot of review requests, which kind of sucks because I get questions about lots of different printers, and it's just impossible to, there's so many to review them all. Anti-backlash, thank you, Pi. Oh my God, yes, that is the winner. That is exactly what I was trying to say. Okay, so then they turn this like so, and we need to preload 3 here, which you guys can hardly see. I'll keep going. 3, I'll do it. 3 right here and 3 right here. Basically like 3 on all the outsides for the panels. Wait, that doesn't seem, yes, that doesn't seem right. Oh no, it is, I think. Hold on, trying to show you guys the correct angle. Might have screwed me up a little bit. I guess my recommendation here is to just turn your printer as this printer is angled. So I had it like this initially, slid those in. Now I'm turning it like this. I'm gonna do 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. So I don't know that you'll be able to see all of them from the camera, and I apologize for that, but I wanna make sure that I want to make sure that I have my stuff positioned correctly and I don't screw up. Cool, okay, yeah, we got it now. 1, 2. If I was buying my first printer now, I'd definitely go for a Kaiwu. I got a Kaiwu in to test out, and I had some issues with it that I don't think, basically like they took some feedback from customers and decided to swap out one of the parts, but on mine, they didn't swap it out and they sent it to me needing to be swapped out. And I think that something went wrong when I was swapping out the couplers. I don't know exactly what, but it was having issues with leveling, and like the x-axis was looking kind of strange. And I did tell them, because like I know a lot of people have had like really good experiences, and I didn't even get to review it because of the fact that there were some issues that I just felt like I can't really review it. Like I'm not even able to get beyond this point. But I really did want to test out the Kaiwu because a lot of people seem to really like them. And they have an IDEX printer they're working on and a belt printer. And I did like that they actually sell like an upgrade kit for their printer for like 15 bucks to convert it to all metal. And that's really cool. Not that like, you know, right now you can easily go 33, 3, 3, 3, and 3. You can easily go and use something like a bimetal heat break to upgrade your hot end all metal in a lot of cases, but it's rare for me to see a Chinese manufacturer producing upgrades for their own printers, and I like that. Like BQ's doing it. I did get something cool in from BQ, and since you guys are hanging out with me, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, or you know, let's see. I'm really excited about this, but so this is a BQ upgrade kit for the BQ B1, and it's a. See how well you can see it. It is a full conversion. Man, what camera am I doing? I am being silly. This is a full conversion. This is what we need to be doing. This is it. It converts it to an IDEX printer. And that's pretty freaking rad. Because again, you know, you get your 3D printer, maybe you want to upgrade certain things. It's not very often that the manufacturer's like, oh, hey, you want to convert it to an IDEX? And they also have this exact same upgrade kit for the Ender 3. So I'm going to be installing this and just making a video on like the install process, but I'm very excited about that. I think that's super cool. That was one of my options for my Ender 3 V2. Wait, what was? Gotta go to sleep, great stream. Awesome Average, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm looking forward to seeing / hearing how your build goes. If you finish it up like over the weekend or something like that, if you're on Twitter, shoot me a message, or even hop over in the Discord and post your build. Malcolm, we did the S-Card mini board and a 5-inch TFT, just had the Microsoft direct drive. I'm having more slicing issues, the hardware is fine. Those mods were not out of the box, I spent a lot of time just learning how it worked. Yeah, DC, it's super cool. I'm really excited for that. Like, it's I think that you can upgrade the heat breaks on their hot ends to make them all metal, but even as is, like, just to be able to convert the B1 to be able to do dual PLA, like, it's kind of freaking cool, man. A lot of times you can't do that. I mean, I really couldn't think of any. It's a very unique upgrade. Okay, anyways, very tough for me to talk and do. Get these nuts in. I don't know, there's so many of these squares popped out. Ooh, ooh, scary. I don't want to scratch the, I drooled, drooled a little. I don't want to scratch the frame. On my other Voron, I like one spot I scratched the frame a little bit. It made me sad. I just don't want to do it to this nice purple, at least not yet. Okay, that should be fine for now. Okay, so double checking. It says 3 here, which we got 1, 2, 3. 3 here, which we got 1, 2, 3. Then turning it, 3 here, 1, 2, 3. 3 here, 1, 2, 3. Then turning it one more time. This side should have none. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Then this side should have 1, 2, 3, and that side, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, the front of the printer has none of those. You don't need them. Okay, cool. Sweet. Screen. All right, so we are done. Our nuts are preloaded. Our lead screw has got all that going on. So next is the feet. So let's grab all the feet out. Let me put these guys away. We're making good progress. I'm very happy with the way that today has been going. All right, put all this stuff away. Now, will I be able to find the little rubber feet? That is the question. Huh. Okay, let's start off by taking out all the printed parts, which I think are gonna be in gray. Got one there, one there. One there. Is this one? This looks like one. I think this is where the PTFE go. No. Is this a foot? This looks like a foot. You gotta be a foot. Okay, now let's see if I can find the little rubber pieces. Do you see if you know where those are and you want to holler? I think they're actually in the tool. Let's see. I think they're in here. Fasteners, tools, and miscellaneous. Yep, got them. Sweet. All right, so we got our these little feets. And then we need M3 by 40s. I just destroyed that, but I am not very good with Ziplocs. I've been breaking a lot of them lately. Okay, 4 feet. And then we need, again, M3 by 40s, which are right here. And then we are just going to basically shove the M3 by 40s through each of these. And then through the feet. It's a tight fit. Pretty much got it through. Wait, the upgrade kit has to be more than $60. Lisa, I'm pretty sure it's like $100 and something dollars. If you have a link to what you're seeing, please share with me, because if that's the case, then that is insane. But I don't see how it can be, because it comes with a lot of hardware. It's an extra extruder, it's an extra hot end, spool holder, extra belt. Like, I don't see how it can be. It's almost like half of the printer, I feel like. Oops. All right, going through there. Last one, same exact thing. Screw through foot, foot through this. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna do the exact same thing like I said, which is basically organize the printer so that way it's in the same orientation as the photos, because it just makes everything so much easier. So we'll go ahead and do this one first, which just goes like this. Be careful with these feet. Like, you want them tight, but you don't want to over tighten them, because you can destroy these little rubber guys. It happened on my original V0 where I like really clamped it down and it totally effed up the rubber. It's actually funny too that I'm not using the WOW stick. I used it so much. It's probably tight enough. I used the WOW stick so much on the first build, but this little hand tool has been working pretty well. Okay, so we got that one. Then I believe this guy goes like this. This seems right. Then these last 2 feet I think are the exact same. Yeah, they are, so they don't really matter. Also, I want to move these nuts so that way they're not stuck underneath the feet. Oh my God. Thank you. Okay. Can you shoot me in Discord, Lisa, a link to the upgrade kit that you found? I just wonder if it's a different upgrade kit or something like that. It just... I'll pull it up too on screen. The specific upgrade kit, because I think it's like over $100. All right, that should be good enough. Yeah, let me see if I can find the specific kit. It's the BQ-B1 IDEX upgrade. That does look like it right here for $92 or $111 on their website. Did you super glue some of the drop nuts? No, I think that I had the bed too close, clearly, and so although I didn't have rafts on them, not rafts, but brims, like it's almost like there's brims on some of them, so they're just really tight fit. So yeah, it's 120 bucks, but again, like you get the extension board, you get a brand new hot end, you get the extruder, like it's, to me, still seems like a pretty fair option. And they have one for the Ender 3 as well. Okay, this only shows BQ, but they have this exact same thing for the Ender 3, and I'm pretty sure it's nearly the same exact price. I don't know if they don't have a product page for it, or if I'm just all products, control boards. They have way too many categories for me to go through right now, but I'll figure it out. But it looks like you can actually get it cheaper off of their website. I don't know, let's see. eBay? From 3D BQ? Oh wow, that's why. They jack you on. So yeah, it's basically 110 bucks. But again, like, you know, sure, not for everybody, but if you've already got your BQ-B1 and you like it, which I love mine, all my first Voron 0 parts are printed on that, and it's been a really great machine, then it's kind of like, cool, I can make it an IDEX printer. So we'll see how it goes. Like, again, I'm just sort of preliminarily talking about it, but we'll see how the install is, and you know, do a couple prints and see how that goes. Just posted in the live stream feed. Let's see. What the hell? Wait. This is different though. This is different. So this looks like it's not IDEX. Man, they have a lot of mods for their B1. Holy shit. I've never seen this one. It also doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it says it's a oh, 2 in, 1 out. Yeah. So this is a mixing extruder where basically it's 2 colors, then one comes out. I'm not a huge fan of mixing extruders just because they tend to clog more and I just don't find them as reliable, but basically 2 extruders and 1 nozzle out. So the main difference is that on the IDEX one, you're getting a completely separate hot end and a completely separate extruder, and the heads move independently from each other. So it's definitely a much more like I would say superior, definitely superior, you know, than the 2 in, 1 out. But I'm just curious to see how well it works, how much print space you get, and all that stuff. But I like it so far. And BQ definitely has some brownie points with me as far as like the products that I've tried from there so far. Like they've been pretty damn good. Like they definitely think before releasing just any old product. I've been happy, and I feel like they do some different stuff. So yeah. Thank you for sharing that though. I actually had no idea that they had a. I did not know that they had a mixing extruder. Yeah, exactly. IDEX has 2 independent hot ends and 2 stepper motors. So they share a common axis, which in most cases is the x-axis, but the heads can move independently from each other, which allows you to do just dual color, and then one of them will completely get out of the way when it's not printing, so that way it doesn't have any oozing. It also allows you to do duplication mode, so as long as, like, you can basically split the bed in half and print the same part at the exact same time twice. So there's some cool stuff. The biggest issues I've seen with them is calibration can be kind of a pain. I did a video on the BQB one. If you want to check it out, I was gonna put it's right here, which, but it's yeah, I'd say it's definitely. It's got a lot of upgrades that most people do to the Ender 3. Like it has a TFT screen built in. It has their SKR board built in, so 32-bit silent drivers. It's got a flex plate that's decent. It's not a bad flex plate. It's better than a lot of the Creality stock ones. The extruder is nothing special, but it's okay. The hot end's cool. It's nothing really super special, but I like that it's got like an RGB ring light or just light things so you can light up your workspace. Like it's pretty impressive. Yeah, definitely check it out. Yeah, when you said $60 for it, I was like, no way. Like I need to just stock up on them. Like I have a couple of my friends have the B1s for my recommendation, and I definitely would. Okay, all right. Back to here. So we've got the feet done. Next is going to be to install the Z motor and the lead screw, which we're gonna do right now. Whew. We're about to hit the 3-hour mark. All right, so I was hoping it'd be easy to see this. Yeah, it kind of will be. So stepper motor is going from the top. It's going to go like this. But we need to, yeah. Okay, so the thing we need to do though is get the anti-backlash nut. And so we're basically going to be inserting this into here and compressing it into this guy. So, oh man, what's the easiest way to show this? Maybe if I go sideways. I don't want to bend the lead screw though. Yeah, this is probably a good camera. Let's see, top. Yeah, this will do. So I'm going to be, again, like taking this guy, inserting it into the top portion of here, and then pressing inward. So, see if I can show it as best as possible. Might be easier for me to show after the fact. You guys are probably just gonna get a lot of my big old head. Yeah, I'm trying to make, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it. Let me change shots so you guys don't look at my scalp. Let's see. All right, we got it. Whew, that scared me just a little bit. Okay, so is it gonna have me bolt in the Z? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll show you guys once I get this Z bolted in. Let's go back to the top camera. I think that's the easiest one. There's two little, two nuts in the center, and so we just need to line those up with those holes right there. And as DC said, a lot of these lock nuts on mine are kind of super glued. They're really tough to move. Luckily, not all of them are, though. Also, I want to center it as much as possible. No, I don't know what I was thinking right there, but I want to make sure, like, as much as I possibly can, that this Z motor is in the center of this section right here, which is fairly simple to do. I mean, you can just kind of visually make sure this printed part aligns as much as possible. Like, they have the same gap on both sides, which mine's looking decent, but not perfect. Let's see. Sorry again, I know that this is not ideal, the camera. Okay, that's looking pretty freaking good. Let's go a hair over. You know what? I'm being silly because once I put these two screws in, if I don't bolt them down the whole way, I can slide it after the fact. So, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab two M3 by 8s. And we'll do these after. I have to look at, oh, do I have to align more stuff? I might, yeah, I do. So there's actually screws, or watch, side. So there's actually, not only on the bottom, but where my thumb is right here, 1 and 2, and those need to align with the back of this guy. So you like don't bolt anything in until you've got everything pretty well aligned actually. Wish it was easier to explain it. You know what? Those are actually moving pretty easily. Okay, we're gonna start off with the bottom. Focus looks a better build too. Don't say that, Zerant. Don't say that. Oh, the price includes the Ender 3V? I missed your message, Pi. It looks like you said that you can get an Ender 3v2 and the I think I missed it. I'm switching AirPod ears again. It's starting to hurt my ear. Is there, like, what? Anyone here that has the Focus, which I don't know if that's how you say it, but I think it's close enough. How does it compare? Have any of you guys had the Sidewinder or the Genius? Because it reminds me a lot of it when I looked at the specs. Not that that's a bad thing, because I like the Sidewinder and the Genius a lot. But I'm just curious as to, you know, what makes it superior. Is it superior? Is it very, like, any info you got on that? For the first printer, I would just go under 32 mod the hell of it. Yeah, you definitely would learn a lot. Shit, I hope I don't damage this freaking plug. Somebody's slowly walking outside my window. It's creepy. I think my dog saw him because they're like kind of growling. Weird. Okay, so I got these two loosely bolted in. I have the Focus and friends of the Focus artillery ones, and he says they're very similar. Yeah, I feel like they're very similar. I was a huge fan of the artillery printers. Oh, you guys can kind of see this, can't you? Basically, the screws that are going in are like right here, which is very difficult to show on camera. I think that's probably the best angle actually. And they're M3 by 8s. I'm not bolting any, I didn't bolt the bottom ones in. They're just kind of loosely in there. I knew that was gonna happen. I was hoping to actually test out the Artillery X2 because of how much I like the X1, but they didn't reach out to me, and I've been really busy, so I haven't reached out to them. But it hasn't, like, it doesn't seem like it's, like, the changes they've made don't seem very extreme from, like, what I've been seeing. 3D mechanics more like what companies do to get them out cheap and what you really should get in a printer. Especially how to fix an Ender 3. I watched a video last night of a guy on YouTube that came up under my recommended, and he's just a dude, like an older guy that owns a print farm come on,
I think like 30 plus printers, and they're ANETs. It was really strange to see. Why are you not threading in? Why are you being a jerk? Maybe I do need to use one of these instead. But yeah, he had a bunch. His farm was all ANETs. It tripped me out. Why? Oh, it's because it moved. It moved. Of course it did. Come on. I think it's loose enough to. Yeah. I would love to show you guys this better, but it was very tough. It was very tough to get a camera angle of what I'm doing right now. All right. All right, everything is good. We are in. That looks fairly centered. Let me go ahead and use this to tighten it a couple of turns. I forgot I don't know what the fatty is. Zodiac BMS, coming through, and you got shopper. How quiet I got, and how good the print quality got. Yeah, I will say that, like, man, the Ender 3 as like a base platform, like even as a base platform, if you just want to use it for PLA and you're fairly conservative speed-wise, like it's pretty solid. But if you want to take the time and upgrade it, man, you can really turn it into a pretty impressive machine. Oh, shoot. I turned a little bit. That's okay. We can tighten them up later. It's looking good. It's actually looking really freaking tall. Let's see if I can make it go up a little. Look at it. It's looking so good. All we had was a frame this morning, and now we've got the AB motors. We've got the little pulleys. We've got the Z-axis installed. Bed goes up and down now. Well, kind of. Yeah, it's smooth. All right. What is next? Next is the X-axis. Belts, and then what, mini afterburner? If you use too thin of lube on rails and screws, you will get ringing on high speed or vibration effects in your print. Interesting. I think you have to enjoy the modding part with 3D printing if you're in like if you're in it, you know, like you don't have to enjoy the modding side to be in 3D printing, but I think like most everyone that's in it to a certain extent enjoys the tinkering or like element of it. Maybe I'm mistaken, but that's at least the vibe I've gotten. Most people I've met through the 3D printing stuff is definitely into that. Just
Just trying to think how far I want to go today, or at least right now. What do you guys say? Like, I'm just curious. I am debating on taking a break right now for about an hour, and then Erin goes to work, and she's going to work till decently late, and I could easily put in another couple of hours in, like maybe an hour-ish or so. Would you guys be up for taking a break, or would you rather? I think my options are either do the x-axis right now, and then possibly call it until next week, or take a break right now. And if we take a break right now, I think I can get through x-axis, probably belts, top beams definitely, belts, so I said, and possibly the mini afterburner or the bed. I want your guys' thoughts on it though, just because again, like the point of streaming is to stream with others. Let me air out the doggos. Yeah, dogs need to go potty soon too. But yeah, let me know what you guys, like if you guys think you'll be able to be around in, you know, an hour and some change. Like it's 3:12 right now, so maybe, you know, I'll say 4:30, an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's do that then. Do you guys want me to schedule? Do you guys want me to schedule it as far as like create an actual timed thing for an hour and 15 minutes from now, or just go live and you guys can come back then? Yesterday or on Wednesday, I just came back. I didn't create an event. Like it creates an event when I go live. Either way is fine with me. If you guys want, I can schedule an event for an hour from now, or otherwise I'll just go live and you guys will probably get notification, or just check back, because again, it'll literally be an hour and 15 minutes from now. I'll be going live again. I don't think I'm gonna schedule it actually. Now I'm thinking about it, I don't think it doesn't make any sense. I'll be back in an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Anybody that is not coming back, or that is here right now, hit the like button, please, if you have not. Definitely helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. Yeah, of course, Swiper. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully I will catch you next week then, when we more than likely are going to wrap this up. We'll see how much we can get done tonight. So, okay, all right, everybody. I'm going to take a break for an hour and 15 minutes. Then we will be back, and we will kick some serious ass. So, you guys all rock, and hopefully I will see you guys in a little over an hour here.